Hey everyone, welcome back to the Paste Studios. We're live now with Liz Cooper and the Stampede. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, totally. I think we've been talking about this and in the works to set this up for a very long time. So we're stoked that this is happening right now.
Yeah,
And,
I'm very pumped to be here.
Yeah. Thank you for taking the time to do it on show day too. I know you're out of here and headed over to Brooklyn Steel for a show tonight, right after this, in support of Phosphorescent.
Absolutely.
And so thanks for taking the time to do it. And can you tell us what you're going to do first?
Sure. We're going to be doing a song that's on our album called Outer Space. So I hope this brings you to outer space.
Well, that was great. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Really enjoyed the acapella breakdown in the middle, and then the acapella to end it. Sounds outstanding. So thanks.
Get to outer space.
Yeah. It did the trick. It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Welcome back to Earth.
And I am, well, you can see the t-shirt that I'm wearing. It doesn't matter for the rest of the internet, but you guys can see it right now. And the swirlies on this shirt that I just got just now are definitely, I was right there in outer space to begin with. So add the acapella on top of that, and I'm feeling just fine right now. So yeah. Can we talk a little bit about the community and some of the people in your orbit, in your sphere, who have either collaborated on the record or just been a part of the creative community down in Nashville that has allowed you to, just from reading just now, know that you were completely headed down to Nashville, and now it's now. Can you talk a little bit about the community down there that has inspired or allowed some of this music to come into the world?
Definitely. So Nashville is definitely one of those places where it can be very intimidating, also inspiring. And so for me, I think when I moved down there, I didn't really know anything about anything, and I still don't know anything about anything. But when I was down there, I basically was like, oh, wow, everyone is really, really good. And they're just, it makes me want to play better and just write better songs. So I just kind of, nested up in my apartment, and I just was writing for basically just like years and years. But there are a bunch of people on the record that really kind of pushed me at the time when we were writing these songs. I wrote Outer Space with my friend Elliot Collette from Future Thieves, and we just constantly played music together. And so that was a fun time in my life of just kind of like playing with a band, and him and the Future Thieves were like the original Stampede. Now I have Grant Prettyman and Ryan Usher, but they were wonderful. And then Mountain Man, I wrote with a friend, Brittany Kennel, and she's a fantastic songwriter. And Fondly and Forever on our record, I wrote with the Ford Brothers, Air Park, and there's just a lot of people to push you and just kind of get better at your craft.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you made all of the decisions that you did, and they've landed you here, because I'm stoked on the music you're making. And this, it couldn't be more in the middle of the wheelhouse of what my understanding of Paste Magazine and what we do here with roots Americana music, and you're right in the middle of it. And so it sounds great. Everyone who's watching right now is stoked. So thanks for doing it. And can you Window Flowers is the album, and you're playing 4 songs off of it. Can you tell us what you're going to do second?
We're about to do Motions. So the flowers in the window, it was the inspiration for Window Flowers. You'll hear about it. Hear about it in the song. Flowers in the window, drenched in golden light, beautiful and fragile like my eggshell mind. I often think about you, especially when it rains hollow, while the nights are all alone make me insane. From Back and forth and stop and go, and side to side we sway. You often think about me, I see it in your eyes and feel it in the kisses that we steal from time to time, from time to time. We fall in love. From time to time we fall and break our brittle hearts onto the ground. From time to time you are too blank. Burning cigarettes and waiting for the rain. Flowers in the window, drenched in golden light. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Can we talk a little bit about the album and the production of the album itself? Window Flowers it's out now on, it seems like a ton of work. So it's out on your label, Sleepyhead Records. It's distributed by 30 Tigers.
Yes.
And that's not my question. I want to talk about the production of the album itself. So this is the first time on this record was the first time that you guys had worked with an outside producer, TJ Elias in this case. Can we talk a little bit about what that was like versus previous outings where you guys wore all the hats and did and performed all the roles yourselves?
Sure. Well, before Window Flowers, I had only just been making stuff like either on my own, so just like using GarageBand as like little demos, or my friends in Future Thieves, who Elliot Collett, who I wrote Outer Space with, they had a little studio in their house, like in their basement, and it was just it was very, very DIY. So we pretty much would just go down there and do everything ourselves and be silly, and it was just like a fun project. So this was the first time that we had gone into an actual studio for Window Flowers, and it was like you have time and you're investing money into this, and it's like you don't want to waste anybody's time doing anything. So that was the first time I've ever done that. I don't know. Grant's probably been in a studio before, and maybe even Ryan as well with past projects. But for me, that was a really, really cool experience, and it's kind of like you can really make anything happen in there. Any idea that you have, it's like, okay, let's try it. It's like everything is just available for the most part. And so working with TJ, we met him. We've known him for a while, so it was one of those things where he just popped up, just all of a sudden out of the passion for us and what we were doing, and he really wanted to make a record with us. And at the time, we were like, oh, like, cool, we've
somebody likes us.
Somebody likes us. Do you like me? So we ended up all really clicking because we've known him, and by the time that we just like we're brainstorming and everything, it was just like all of a sudden we were like, okay, we're going into the studio and we're making a record with TJ, and this is what's happening. So I feel like he was a good person for this specific project of what we were working on, because for me, I'm not used to being in the studio, and I don't know all of the lingo of like gear and sounds that I'm trying to make, but I can figure out how to explain it in my own way. And he was really open to that, and him and Grant could like nerd out, which is fun. And it was a really incredible experience, and just to see like the people coming together to make it work.
Cool. It sounds what's evident on the record. Sounds like, that's the best way for a relationship like that to form organically, like that. Especially if you're coming in and needing and having if he's able to translate everything that you meant into studio lingo. It's. And I know that these are culminations of thousands and thousands of little decisions that you guys are making, and you made a lot of, if not all of the right decisions on the record. So it comes across. And
TJ had a big play in that too.
He did.
We did like 3 or 4 days of pre-production where we have been playing these songs live for 3 years or a little more. At that time, it was like we had just hashed out these songs different ways live, and then when we went to the studio, it was like, should we play them the same way? So we took a couple of days, and TJ was like, I think this will work. Why don't you try this? Let's do this. And he had this whole thing like Fondly and Forever. He was like, let's have it like right here, and then all of a sudden when the chorus hits, it goes like Wizard of Oz Technicolor, and we're like, what on earth are you talking about? But then we go in there, and he does all these miking techniques and things that we would never do if we were trying to like record our own demos, and he brought that out of us and made a cool thing on the record that's different from like fans of our Audio Tree live that we did for a long time. Like, people heard those versions and they got a totally new version on the album, and they may like one over another, or just hopefully enjoy both. But
which song is that on that went to Technicolor all of a sudden?
That was Falling Forever on our Window Flowers. We don't have another recording of that one, but like Mountain Man, we did a little differently too, and like I don't know, all the songs on the record that do have a live recording or some other EP recording or something, all have a little new flair, and that's TJ's flair. Like, he brought us into a new space going to the studio. It's really nice to have that outside producer there.
Cool. Well, I'm stoked that happened for you guys in that organic way, and it was a good fit, and it was, it really does come across on the album. So can you tell us what you're going to do third off of Window Flowers?
Sure. This one goes out to all the mountain men. It's called Mountain Man. When I am old, old and gray, 2 steps closer to my grave, whispering pines and bitter nights, you'll be there to hold on to me tight. Through the forest, misty mountain, Adirondack Creek, and you and I. I hold on to your leathered hands, just me and my mountain. Hold on to your leathered hands, just me and my mountain man. Splintered wood outside our cabin, curled up under old blankets. The windows crack, the curtains drawn, listening to the howling wind sing songs. You hold me close so tenderly, just like a secret meant for you and me. I hold on to your leathered hands, just me and my mountain. Hold on to your leathered hands, just me and my mountain. Hold on to your leathered hands, just me and my mountain. Hold on to your leathered hands, just me and my mountain man.
Well done. Well done, everybody.
Well done to you.
Thank you. I am doing my best. Can you tell us what the instrumentation arrangement looks like tonight? I mean, is it always the trio? But when people go to see you at Brooklyn Steel tonight, you got, what's it, doors at 8, you're on at 9? Is that the truth?
I normally play the tuba.
Yeah.
That we had
Not a drummer at all.
We had a tuba in this room, and I was not sure whether it was even going to fit through that door. And we got there's this New York band called Hunter Tones who brought it in. So they're not too far away if you want to hang out with a fellow tuba player. So aside from the tuba, what else does the arrangement look like from time to time? Or are we looking at it?
We're
is this
really
always
looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we bring our friends along and we'll have keys or some violins, but for the most part, unless it's a special occasion or, if it just kind of works out to be that we're all in the same place with some of our friends to play these other instruments, you're looking at the three of us. So
cool. Well, it sounds great in this room. I might be able to come out and check it out tonight at Brooklyn Steel. Hopefully, are there any tickets left? Does anybody know that? I don't know. There might be. There might not be. I don't know. But it's going to be a great show tonight. And you've got one more date in support of Phosphorescent, which is tomorrow night in Philly.
Yes.
And then you're doing a New Year's show in Nashville at the Southern Grist Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And those all should be a ton of fun. And so hopefully we'll see you later on tonight. And hopefully everybody who's watching this right now is able to have a chance to see you playing live. It's Liz Cooper and thestampede.com and all the places you expect tour dates to be. I'm sure they are all there in the Facebook and et cetera.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're always there.
Yep. And so you're going to play a fourth off of Window Flowers.
Yes.
And can you tell us what you're doing next?
We're going to be doing a song called Kaleidoscope Eyes. It's one of my favorites on the album. And here we go. Baby's ready for Your kiss is sweet like honey.
All right. Good job, everybody. Have a great show tonight, and travel safely to Philly tomorrow, and have a great show on New Year's Eve also in Nashville at Southern Grist and on. I know you're, so stay tuned, everybody, to Liz Cooper and the Stampede and all of the places that you find out information on the internet, because it'll all be there as soon as more stuff is announced, and I know that more is coming. So
Absolutely.
all right. Well, thanks very much. Have a great show tonight, and maybe we'll see you out there.
Wonderful.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.